In our next installment of the deep dive into Eugenia Cooney, we have a video on Eugenia's channel entitled Twerking Tips for Miley Cyrus, which you can tell based off of the title and thumbnail is going to be yet another goofy video from Eugenia. So more themed content, though with more focus on the shock factor of her doing this particular dance. So let's dive in and see what she put out there.
Hey guys, it's Eugenia. As I'm sure most of you guys know, the VMAs was a couple of days ago, and one of the most talked about performances was definitely Miley Cyrus's performance of We Can't Stop.
It was a quote-unquote shocking performance at the time, or at least one that went on to be a scandal. But something tells me Eugenia's video is going to set out to be even more shocking. Let's see.
There's a lot of mixed opinions, to say the least. As you can probably see by a lot of the audience reactions, a lot of people didn't really seem to get it. But you know, her mom did seem like she was enjoying it, so at least her mom liked it.
Why does this low-key parallel exactly to the viewer's perception of Eugenia now and her own mother's approval of her? Foreshadowing for real.
I remember back in those early days of Hannah Montana when Miley would just be singing songs with her father, such as I Learned From You. She also sang that song with him, Butterfly, Fly Away. Now she's really flown away from Hannah Montana.
What I find interesting here is that she narrates this in a pretty engaging way. She's trying to be entertaining and funny, and she's letting her personality shine through, which is something you'd never see her do nowadays.
Maybe this performance wasn't even Miley. Maybe it was actually her evil cousin Luann. Maybe Miley has two lives, just like Hannah Montana did. And maybe the real Miley just likes to stay at home playing checkers and knitting sweaters. I guess what I would say about that performance is sweet niplets. Anyways,
she's definitely trying to be goofy and joke around. Again, nothing like she is now. She had a lot more personality back in these videos, and it shows. She also had a lot to say. Way more than she'd seemingly be capable of saying these days.
You guys, being the twerking queen that I am, I just thought that maybe I could show Miley some twerking tips, you know, from one twerker to another. Together, we are gonna be twerking stars. First of all, Miley, I think that you are gorgeous, but I wasn't really feeling the yodels.
Ooh, criticism. This is interesting, because Eugenia shies away from that kind of thing these days. She'd never be caught making any kind of negative or perceived negative comment about anyone. She always puts on a polite front. Yet here she was bold enough to say when she wasn't feeling something or didn't like something.
I say we take the yodels out. Part of me just wishes that Miley would just take the yodels out and then out would come her Hannah Montana wig. Don't sometimes you just wish we could go back to those days of Hannah Montana? Because I do.
Her jokes come off a little forced, which is weird because her personality appears to be authentic at least. Maybe it's just the scripted YouTube way that comes off fake. Not many can pull it off.
The outfit that she wore, I thought that, you know, maybe next time don't wear it in nude because wearing it in nude kind of almost made you look naked. Next time, Miley, maybe wear something in black because, you know, I really like the color black. I think it's a good color. If you want to wear a different color, that would be cool too, I guess, but don't wear it in nude.
Eugenia obviously still has her naive nature at least, because I'm pretty sure that's what Miley was going for. But again, it's interesting that she's down to criticize what she didn't like, because that's a normal thing to do, but something you never see her do now. She always acts now like anything that isn't positive about someone is being mean.
I did like the tongue thing she does though. I think the tongue thing is cool though, Miley, so keep that tongue going.
More goofiness. More personality. Eugenia seemed to be lighthearted and pretty fun back in these days.
Miley, I know that you're really into bears. I was thinking, you know, maybe instead of just having regular bears, we could bring in some character bears. We could bring in some Funshine Bear. See, when we have Funshine Bear, we can really bring in some fun to our twerking. And when we really want to get crazy, we can get my boy, Pooh Bear, to come twerk with us. We know.
I'm not gonna lie, guys. This suggestion is kind of funny and pretty clever. This is what I mean by her being witty and capable of more thought and humor than she is nowadays. Could you imagine her putting this much thought into anything these days? I couldn't. Nowadays, she'd probably suggest that Miley should dance with a Jeffree Star palette.
know it's gonna be a crazy time when they can go to the 100 Acre Woods and go twerking with my bear, Pooh Bear.
Come on, that's kinda funny. Funny in a that's so ridiculous sort of way.
Okay, Miley, the next thing that you gotta do is cut out Robin Thicke from your performance. I am so sick of blurred lines. Everywhere I go, all I hear is blurred lines. If I turn on the radio, every time, all it is blurred lines. It's either that or Get Lucky, which I'm also incredibly sick of.
More criticism from Eugenia. She doesn't like something, and she's letting viewers know. She'd never do this nowadays, but she felt comfortable enough to do it back then. I wonder when she started changing her tune and pretending that she thought positively of everything and didn't have anything negative or critical to say about anyone or anything.
I hear blurred lines one more time, I am going to throw a brick at Robin Thicke.
You would never hear her talk like this nowadays. It's funny because, like I said, it reminds me of Shane's documentary about her, when he asks her if she's ever thought anything negative about anything or has ever told anyone off, and she claimed she hadn't.
Alright, ready, Miley? So I'm gonna twerk to your song too. So, okay, we're gonna go down, put our hands in the air like we don't care. We're gonna add some style into this. Let's grab somebody we can have so much fun with. And then we can be like, I'm not ready to go home, so you can shake your finger as you're twerking.
Again, she's goofy and is offering silly suggestions that are kind of funny and show off her personality. At least this video isn't all about the shock factor of her doing this dance. She actually had humor laced throughout it, or attempted humor, and narrated the whole thing as somewhat of a comedy skit.
Then see, I think we should really do some like interpretive dancing. So see, we can go lower, then higher again. We can keep switching styles. Doing whatever we want. This is our house. So we can be like, this is our room. Then we can twerk with our bear Miley.
I also notice that she has way more energy in general. Physical energy, as well as mental. Look how long she's standing around dancing for. She wasn't doing the whole sitting for hours on end thing.
So ready? And then remember, it's our party. We can do what we want. And we can kiss who we want too. So we can kiss our bears. Me, Miley, and this bear are owning the night.
Goofy, playful, and not embarrassed to embarrass herself. She was definitely a 2013 YouTuber. Definitely as goofy and out there as the rest. Letting her personality do the work. Even as awkward as it was still pretty bold and engaging.
This is my party with my bear, Boo Bear. Woo! Have to add some Hannah Montana style to this bear. Loving that. We're shaking it like we're in the club, you guys.
Damn, she was dedicated to this bit, wasn't she? How long was she dancing with that bear for this video? She really knew how to take one theme and just run with it until the wheels fell off.
Yes, the haters! We don't care about you haters! I got my bear!
She still doesn't care about quote-unquote haters to this day either. One thing about Eugenia, I guess I can say that I noticed, is that she never let anyone dictate what she did or didn't do.
So like I said, we gotta cut out Robin Thicke. So I say, instead of Robin Thicke, let's add in Justin Bieber and make this a real party. Time to Twerk by Justin Bieber and Miley Cyrus.
She's really not about Robin Thicke, is she? Can't blame her. But still interesting that she's so bold in her dislike for him, since she kind of pretends nowadays like she doesn't dislike anyone.
Alright Miley, so you came up to this party, time to twerk. So you turn, so you're gonna turn around when you twerk, Miley. Oh yeah. So Miley, turn around when you're twerking. So
Okay, I feel like we're getting to the shock factor part of the video now. Because now she's just full focus dancing as just her to seemingly show off.
You really want to go like straight up, you know? Shoot up, Miley. Shoot up that body. Put your hands in your hips too for Justin Bieber's part of the song. Woo! Back it up.
I think this is a combination of checking and still offering playful goofy content. But it's not so obvious what she's doing here, because to the average viewer, she's just being ridiculous for YouTube.
Back it up, Miley. Alright guys, we got a new kind of twerking, floor twerking. Move your body. Then we're gonna go really slow.
We're gonna party all night until the sun.
Party all night.
She's really getting a kick out of this, isn't she? Why was this twerking thing her thing? And why do her dances go on for so long? And why is she on the floor? I can't.
Then we're gonna go back, time to twerk. Okay, Miley, so I guess that is the end of my twerking tips for you today. Miley, just know that I am always here for you. I think that me, Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, and Hannah Bear Tana as our mascot need to start our own twerk team.
I will say she definitely tried for that quirky girl angle and kind of nailed it. Her humor isn't always on point, but it's harmless enough. And she's got enough confidence and energy to carry a video, so she had that working for her.
We can be called the twerk masters. If we all just share our twerking tips together, we are all gonna be the masters of twerking.
You gotta give it to her for not being embarrassed to embarrass herself.
Alright, so I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. If you have not yet, please make sure you subscribe to my channel, and all my links like my Twitter, my Tumblr, all those links will be down there. Click that button right there. So we can tweet this link to Miley and Justin and show them what we could be together if we all were to join forces and become the best twerk team in the world.
I know I say this a lot, but the fact that she's even able to construct sentences is pretty impressive. Considering what she's like now, it just really showcases how much mental energy she had back in these days as opposed to now, where all she can say is a few words every now and then, mostly the same ones.
Leave a comment letting me know what you thought of Miley's VMA performance. Let me know if you loved it or if you were just kind of like, sweet niblets.
One thing that's obvious is that she was definitely a Hannah Montana viewer. She's thrown that Hannah Montana catchphrase in this video every chance she's gotten to.
I will see you guys next time, so bye everybody. And don't forget guys to keep twerking.
Okay, seriously guys, who was around during this time on YouTube? Was she known for this twerking thing? I know she was known somewhat later for it. But why is she so obsessed with this style of dance? Was it her claim to fame? Finally, a video that wasn't deleted at the end. That's the video I just reacted to, so we know she didn't delete that one. But it's always interesting to see what video pops up at the end, because it's interesting to see whether she deleted it or not. But again, just like the last video, I can say that her energy and extroverted personality hasn't diminished yet. So it'll be interesting to see when it does.